Hello everyone, I have returned. Yes, I know. Should have been returning sooner. I'm not going to make any excuses for myself. It is what it is, and I just have to make myself a more organized person, and that's my biggest thing that I struggle with is I'm all over the place, all the time. And I have to figure out a way to focus myself. Right now I'm dealing with, I'm going to say two teenagers because my son will be 13 in May. So basically a 13-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl. Now, if you know what 15-year-old girls are like, you have one or you've been one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you don't, or you're soon to have one, all I gotta say is you just need to breathe. You'll get through it. They may get moody and crazy and want to make you want to pull your hair out, but it doesn't last forever. As long as you've raised them right, just relax. This too shall pass. That being said, with all that fun stuff going on, and next week another exciting thing happens. Well, I don't think my son finds it very exciting because he gets braces. Yay, braces. Well, in this case, it is yay braces because he has teeth growing out top of teeth and they're really crooked, and he's really had so many issues with his mouth, and he's had more teeth pulled than he has had them fall out naturally. At one point, a few years ago, he had 6 teeth pulled at the same time. He had oral surgery, and all 6 teeth were gone. It all happened just as his mouth was, or his teeth were too big, and his mouth was, or his jaw was too small. So everything was crowded in there, and poor kid. Let's just say he's had a few surgeries to correct everything around that area, and now he's getting braces to try and straighten everything out and make. I told my son, I said, by the time you're in high school, you'll have $1 million smile. Literally. For all of you parents out there, you know that teeth ain't cheap. Dentists are not cheap. So unless you have insurance, which luckily I do, and I'm able to get some coverage, there'll still be some in the end out-of-pocket expenses because they don't cover everything. Just make sure that you have insurance of some sort. If your work doesn't provide insurance, then get yourself some insurance on the side. Because the premiums you pay to get that insurance will be far less than the actual costs of going to the dentist and the orthodontist. Believe me. My son maxes out every year his dental coverage, and he's about to max out the orthodontic coverage because he'll be using it all up on braces. So trust me when I say, if you don't have insurance, medical insurance, benefits of some sort, I think it's a good idea to get some. Because in the end, it'll save you money. And speaking of money, with my son having the braces next week, and I do have insurance, there is a glitch. I kind of call it a glitch in the system. The insurance company can't go, or the orthodontist can't go directly to the insurance company to get the money, and then I just pay the difference. I have to pay the money up front, then I have to go to my insurance to get the money back. And if it's dentist, I can do it electronically on the computer, go to their website, plug in the information, and usually within a day or two, the money's back into my bank account. Whatever is eligible. Sometimes it's 100%, sometimes maybe 90% or 85%. But I'll take whatever I can get. But with orthodontists, you can't do it electronically. You have to mail it in. So I still have to pay a down payment for my son's braces, $1,700 on the day that he gets his braces. Well, actually, my portion's $850. His dad's paying the other $850. But still, that's $850 that I have to pay out of pocket. And then that day, get I'll have the form. I'll fill it out, and I'll put it in the mail right away. So hopefully, by Friday, they'll have it, and hopefully sometime the week after, I can get my money back. Because I already sent in the predetermination form, so I know that how much he's covered for through our insurance, and then I know how much he's going to be covered for through our government program that my son falls under, because he's followed by the cleft lip and palate program of all his craniofacial issues. And then I know how much I have to pay out of pocket in the end between his dad and I. And luckily, the orthodontist takes a payment plan, because if we had to pay the full $6,000 up front in one shot and then get the money back afterwards, that would be a lot of money to be having to take out of your account in one shot. Which brings me to a good point about budgeting and about having that emergency fund or that slush fund. If you know there's something coming up, you should have an emergency fund for those areas where it's truly an emergency, you weren't expecting it, like a pipe breaks and you have to fix it in the house, or your washing machine dies and you have to repair it, or something like that, or the car breaks down, you weren't expecting it. Those are true emergencies. But a slush fund is more of putting aside money for stuff you know that's coming. So if you know your son's getting braces, and you know it's going to cost X amount of dollars out of pocket, then you should start saving as soon as you have that information. But even if you don't have the final price, but you know that, say, in a year, or the orthodontist said, in 6 months to a year, we'll start the process of braces. That is the time to start putting money aside. You may not know how much it's going to cost, but at least you have the money started saving. And if you save too much, then you can use that money to help pay down a debt, put it towards add to your emergency fund, or keep it in a slush fund if there's something else that you know is coming up. But the point is, start early. That's one tip. And another thing that I'd like to point out is, if you fall off the wagon with regards to your day-to-day spending, which I did. I was kind of, like I said, I get disorganized very easily and all over the place. So I decided to look at my bank statement. So I pulled up my phone, logged in to because I have my bank's app on my phone, and logged into my account. And any money that I took out of an ATM, I counted it all up. And anything that wasn't related to bills or groceries, I added up, and I call it crap. Miscellaneous crap in ATM. Now, the miscellaneous crap, funny enough, mainly was food. I'd say 90% of the miscellaneous crap that I found was Tim Hortons here, Starbucks there, forgetting my lunch and going to over here to grab some lunch. It all adds up. And then I have the ATM. Now, there's only two times that I took money out in February that I can account for. Or actually only one, because the other time was actually for this month. So there's only one time that I can account for the withdrawal from my account. The rest I'm not sure. So when I added it up and I saw how much I spent that month, I realized that there would be no reason for me to spend that much for one thing. And secondly, I realized that I could have had 75% of one of my smaller debts already paid off with the amount of crap that I spent my money on. You may not want to call it crap, you may want to call it something else, but for me, I'm going to call it what it is. It was miscellaneous crap. And like I said, with the ATM withdrawals, I couldn't even can't remember all but one thing that I took the money out for, what I used it for. So, that brings me to what the future holds. I fell off the wagon. I wasn't good with money in February, and I don't think I'm doing such a hot job this month either. Do I just give up and say I can't do it? Or do I say, don't give up, start fresh, keep going? You're worth it, your kids are worth it, and there's one thing that's keeping me going, is a colleague of mine is retiring after 40 years of working with the bank. And she actually used to work with my own dad. And the fact that she's going to be able to do whatever she wants because she's planned for her retirement for all those years is motivating me, because I had to start fresh again after my divorce and new mortgage and everything. Her active retirement is hitting home with me how much I would love to be able to be in her shoes. And she's, I believe, early 60s. She doesn't look 60, she looks like in her 50s to me. But anyway, the fact is that's the time frame I'm looking at. But the way I'm going, I may have to work longer. But I don't have to. After I looked at how much miscellaneous crap, money I spent on miscellaneous crap, I realized that I can be debt-free sooner than I thought. And I can start tackling my mortgage. And I want to include my mortgage in my debt-free. I'll get rid of all the stupid crap, stupid bills, stupid debt, and then tackle my mortgage. And if I really work hard, I realize that I can actually do this before, in 10 years, I can actually probably pay off my mortgage and all my debt and be able to start putting all that money and ramp up my savings again. I realize how stupid I've been with my money. Don't let setbacks stop you, derail you. Because if I did, who knows what shape I'd be in a few years. Find what motivates you. Could be someone retiring and you're thinking this is what you would like to see happen in your own life. Whether it's your kids giving you the motivation, whatever thing that motivates you, I want you to do it, and I want you to not give up. Just remember, no matter what, you are strong, and you can do this. Have faith in yourself. Find somebody that you can talk to about this. Get your life back on track. You can do this. Believe in yourself. Because when you start believing in yourself, others will see a change in you. They may not like the change, because maybe they're not at that level yet where they feel they need to change. They'll see you doing some positive things with your life. May not understand all this debt-free business that you're trying to do and pay off your mortgage, and as Dave Ramsey, be weird and not have a mortgage payment. Don't give up. I'm not. I believe in myself that I can do this, and I believe in everybody out there, no matter what stage in their life they're at. They can do this. I have faith in you. You need to have faith in you. Take care.